The barren woman. It was midnight, the kind of night when the world is silent, but one woman's cry was louder than thunder. Adalby sat on the edge of her bed, clutching a pillow soaked with tears. Her chest rose and fell, each sob heavier than the last. This was not the cry of labor, not the cry of a woman welcoming her child into the world. No, this was the cry of a woman who had waited, and yet remained empty. Adalby had been married for 12 long years. 12 years of waiting. 12 years of monthly disappointment. 12 years of whispers behind her back, calling her a name that stabbed her heart each time. The barren woman. But it hadn't always been this way. When Adalby married Emeka, she thought she had found the man of her dreams. He was tall, hard-working, and his smile could melt the hardest heart. They were inseparable. Everywhere they went, they held hands, whispering dreams about the future. At first, Emeka comforted her. "God's time is the best," he would whisper. She visited prophets, herbalists, doctors, anyone who promised a miracle. But every month, her womb remained silent. "Emeka, my son, a man without a child is like a tree without fruit. Time is passing. You must act before it is too late." At first, Emeka resisted. But Mama Ngozi's words were like poison dripping slowly into his heart. The Emeka who once held Adalby with love was slowly turning into a stranger. Neighbors began to gossip. Market women whispered when Adalby walked by. Children mocked her, singing cruel songs. Barren woman, no child to call your own." Each word was a dagger to her soul. But Adalby kept silent. At night, she cried into her pillow. During the day, she smiled and pretended everything was fine. She was a woman carrying a cross too heavy for one heart. Then came the evening that shattered her world. Emeka walked into the compound, but he was not alone. Behind him was a young woman, barely 21. Her steps light, her smile bold. Emeka's voice was cold. Adalby's heart pounded. Who was this girl? Her name was Kioma. "Adalby, meet Kioma. She will be staying here with us. She will give me the son you could not give me." The words struck Adalby like thunder. Her knees trembled. Her lips quivered. Her world collapsed before her eyes. That night, Mama Ngozi danced around the compound. "Finally, my son will have a child. This barren woman has wasted 12 years of his life. Now, joy will enter this home." Neighbors laughed. The whispers grew louder. Adalby stood still, her tears falling like forgotten rain. Kioma made it her duty to torment her. "Mama Ada, don't worry. I will give Emeka a strong son. You can help me rock the cradle when the baby comes." Adalby's lips trembled, but she kept silent. One night, after enduring Kioma's insults, Adalby broke down. On her knees, tears streaming, she cried out, "God, what have I done to deserve this? If I am truly barren, take my life. But if not, show me a sign." Her sobs echoed through the empty room, but no answer came. Only silence. But help was on the way. A familiar face was about to return. Obinna, Adalby's childhood friend, now a doctor. The boy who once carried her books to school, now a man dressed in fine city clothes. "Adalby," he said softly, "is this truly you? What happened to the bright girl I once knew?" Adalby forced a smile. "Life happened, Obinna." That evening, under the mango tree, Obinna spoke gently. "Ada, I have heard the whispers. They call you barren. But what if it isn't you? What if the problem lies elsewhere? Let me test you. Medicine has advanced." At first, Adalby resisted. Fear gripped her heart. But finally, she agreed. Days later, the results came. Obinna's voice was calm but heavy. "Adalby, you are perfectly fine. Your body can carry children. The problem is not you. Her heart raced. Then, who? She whispered. Obinna sighed. It's Amika. His sperm count is almost 0. Medically, he cannot father a child. Adeobi's world spun. All these years. All the insults. All the humiliation. She was not barren. She was whole. But her husband, the man who mocked her with silence, was the one carrying emptiness. Adobe wept. She wanted to scream the truth. She wanted to silence Kioma's insults. She wanted to show Mama Ngozi the real shame. But she couldn't, because to reveal this truth would destroy Emeka. And so, Adobe carried the secret in silence. That night, as Kioma mocked her again, Adobe simply smiled bitterly and returned to her empty room. For the first time in 12 years, she knew she was not barren. Her womb was whole. Her prayers had not been in vain. But the world would never know. And so, the barren woman was never barren. But her story had only just begun.